Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we will be making a tote bag. It's pretty simple. It has a lining inside and it takes about 40 minutes from cut to sew, and it's perfect for a little grocery bag or a book to carry your books. You can put anything in it. And I got this fabric from fabricmail.com, and it's a canvas fabric. It's super light, and let's go sew a tote bag with me. For this video, we won't need a lot of things. All we will need is a pen, clips, a strap, and we have 4 panel pieces, two main piece, and this fabric is from fabricmail.com. Then you need the lining. So you have the main piece, the lining, and our clips, a pair of scissors, and our strap. And this is all we will need in the video for today. First, we're going to take our main piece, and we're going to take one of our main piece, lay it flat in front of you with the right side facing you. Then you make sure it's not upside down. Next, you're going to take your other piece and you're going to put it right on top of the other piece with the right side facing each other. And make sure one of them is not upside down. And we're going to line them together and pin the 3 sides together. We're going to pin this side, this one, and this one. After we're done pinning all 3 of our sides together, we're going to sew down this side, all the 3 sides that we pin, and leaving the top unsewn, and we're going to sew it as a 3/8 inch allowance and leave the top. And we're going to take it to the machine and sew the 3 sides that we just pinned. Now we're going to cut the corners. Make sure you don't cut your thread, or you can just snip the corners. And we're going to turn this inside out. Make sure you poke the corners. Now we're going to set this aside and work on our lining. For our lining, we're going to take our lining and do the same thing that we did for our panel, except here we're gonna leave a 5-inch opening. That's where we'll be turning our bags. So I will mark the bottom. You can leave it on the side or on the bottom. It's up to you where you want to leave the 5-inch opening. I usually leave it on the bottom. I'll measure 5-inch, and this will be our opening. I will pin our side, and I will sew from this mark all the way down to the top and stitch on the top, and back stitch at the beginning. And we'll do the same for this side. Start with our mark and back stitch and move all the way up to the top and back stitch. Now we're going to snip the corner or cut the corner just like we did for our main panel. Now we'll set this aside and get our main panel ready to put our strap. Now we're going to take our main panel and one of our strap, and we're going to measure 1/2 inch from the corner of our main panel, and we're going to attach our strap and pin. Make sure to only pin one side of our strap and for our bag. We're also going to do the same for this corner. Measure 1/2 inch and move your strap and make sure your strap is not twisted and pin to our main panel. We're going to turn our bag and do the same for this side. We're going to measure 1/2 inch from the side where our seam is and pin our strap, and do the same for the other side and make sure your strap is not twisted. Now we're going to take our bag and we're going to do a long stitch to hold the strap together. Now we're going to take our lining, open it up, and slide our main pattern and our main piece inside our lining. We're going to match the seam. You can open up your seam, or you can have one of them go in one direction and then the other one goes in the other direction and pin. And we're going to do the same with the other side. Now that we're done pinning the top of our panel, we're going to sew all around our top at a 3-inch seam allowance. Now I'm going to take the top of my bag and I'm going to trim it half. I'm going to cut half of it, of the seam allowance where you sewed. And try not to cut where your strap is. So I don't trim the top strap. Now we're going to take our bag and grab it from the opening that we left and turn it and now we will poke our corners. When we're done, we're going to pin the bottom where we left the opening and top stitch it. Now we will take our lining and put it inside of our bag. And we will flat the seam on the top and pin. We will do that for the top of the bag all the way around. And make sure when you pin where your straps are that you pin the strap up. Try not to pin it up. Pin it down to your bag. Now that we're done pinning our bag, we're going to top stitch our of our bag at 1/8 inch allowance. We're also going to go inside our bag where we pin our opening. We're going to also top stitch that at 1/8 seam allowance. Let's take it to our machine. Now that we finished our tote bag, this is what it looks like. This is on. It's all ready to put all your stuff. And you can even make some Halloween one for trick-or-treating. It's perfect. I will put the measurement in the description. And you can make this as big or as small as you want. And make the strap as long or as small as you want. If you don't want to have it over the shoulder, you can make it shorter and have it be like a handbag. And it's done.